So we're going to be making a visible coil pot. So that means that we're using coils, that's those long sausages of clay, and we're having them visible on the outside in a pattern. On the inside they're not visible because that's where we join the clay. The first thing we need to do is roll out a base. So I've got a cloth covered board, the wooden guide sticks and a rolling pin. The wooden guide sticks mean that the clay is going to be nice and level and even, of the same thickness. So when you're rolling out clay, it's a good idea to pick it up and turn it over as you roll. That way it doesn't stick to the board and you get a nice even roll out. So that's my base. I'm going to use a container to cut around. So don't try and press it out with the container like a cookie cutter because it gets stuck in there and you warp it when you get it out again. So use a knife with that lightly on top and cut around. Okay, so that's my base up there. When you're rolling out coils, these cloth covered boards tend to absorb too much moisture from the clay, which makes the coil crack. So we'll get rid of that now. When you're rolling out coils, you need lots of space on your table. So you take a piece of clay and you squeeze it into a rough coil shape to begin with. Don't need that much. And use this much of the table, fingertips all the way up to your wrists, pick it up and bring it back. It's really important that you pick it up and bring it back rather than roll backwards and forwards because your clay needs to do a complete rotation to be a really good coil. I'll break that in half. Sometimes it looks like I'm rolling backwards and forwards, but I'm just putting no pressure as I roll it back towards me. Okay, so that's a coil. It's up to you how you do your patterns. This person's done spirals and they've used little balls and little wavy bits and some little square blocks. So we take, for example, for spirals, there's a spiral, put it in place. And another one, put that in place. Another one. Okay, and so on. The way we join this, we use a wooden modelling tool like this, and we support the outside, and we take clay and smear from the coil down to the base, and from coil to coil on the inside. Smooth it out as best we can. It's best to do that as you go, so rather than build it right up and then try and get back down inside, which is really tricky, smear them as you go. You can see that the coils are still very visible on the outside. Yep. Okay, come up to about that sort of height. You can leave gaps if you want to put a candle in it and they'll shine through. And that's basically it.